Today we are doing a coil pot, and I have looked at a few videos of a coil pot, but I don't like any of them because they don't do it my way. The first thing you're going to do is start out with a slab base, and then if you want a template or something to trace that so it's nice and round, you can get that, or you can wing it like I'm going to. You need a good hunk of well-wedged clay. I think I'll work on this. So you need a good hunk of well-wedged clay, and then this is your base. It should be about 1/4 inch thick to 1/2 inch thick. And you guys, guess what you're making with coils?
Oh.
First, you're just making a bowl. It doesn't have to be a very big one, and I'm making you make a bowl. I'm making you make a bowl because I want you to see how to make the coils have a curve, because the next project's going to be more exciting than just a bowl. So then to roll coils out, you should have a fat coil that you're then going to use your hands to roll out as a longer coil. I don't like to do it sitting. I don't like to do anything sitting. And my hand makes the coil spread out both directions. When I was looking on the video, though, they were like doing it like this. And I thought that was probably a good way for you guys to learn how to do it, because you do need to use two hands. Your coil should be about 1/2 inch thick, and you want it to be long enough to go around your base once at least, first time. So then you're going to put that coil around the base. Banding wheel is easy to use. And then I'm going to do something I've never done before. Make you stop the coil. What did they do? Like this. You go through the bottom one too. Take the bottom one out. And scooch the top one in there. And then mush them on. That's coil number 1.
Wait, what?
I'll do it on the next one. And I'm going to do coil number 2, and then I'm going to show you. So the next coil I start, though, I'm not going to start at the same place as that ended, because that would make a weak point in the clay. So just wherever you stop and start coils, don't make it always the same spot. So then I cut like right here.
Oh, okay.
See? And then that takes away, and then this goes there, and that pushes there. So first 2 coils can go on kind of straight up and down. Then you need to get a good tool, and you've got to lute the clay. Anne, I think I need you to come over here and make sure they can see inside here. So you have to connect the clay to the inside base. I want to make sure that my viewers can see that. And then, yeah, but then can they see it if I do it like this? Not really, right?
No, but I can move it closer.
Okay, do that. And then I'm also going to lute the top coil on there too. The second coil on there. What are you doing, Dylan?
I got it in this way on accident.
By accident.
On accident.
No, by modifies accident. By.
It's on.
I know, and it's what I'm doing is I'm correcting you because that's wrong.
This is pottery, not English.
No, but when you're in school, your education is
all
broad.
on video.
I know, and everybody's going to know that by.
Everyone's going to know that Dylan's wrong.
No, everybody's going to know that by
on accident
modifies accident, not on. And it's some funny mistake that kids are making these days, and it's wrong. Because they haven't learned the appropriate preposition that goes after accident.
Blame our English teachers. You hear that?
The Merrimack School District
Blame them.
And then after you lute the inside, you're going to also lute the outside base to that first coil. And that's only because you've got to make sure that it sticks. And you notice how I put that coil on top of the base? Yes, we did.
You're not scoring it?
No, because the clay is soft enough, and that's one of the advantages to doing coils, is that the clay is small enough pieces and soft enough that you can just smooch them together. But other videos show them scoring, and I'm like, oh no, we're not doing that. These coil pots could take forever. And I'll tell you, the other people, when coil pots started out in the olden days, it's one of the earliest forms of pottery, they weren't scoring. So next coil. Some people also, after they start with their fat coil here, they make a whole slew of coils. Oh, I gotta stand up again. So this part is what you're going to get better at. Remember how when I'm doing something, I make it look easy? And that's because I've been doing it for a long time. So you guys are going to have to practice on the coil thing. And it looks like if I'm using this whole table, that you guys will have to share too. Share space and be kind to each other.
It's not happening, Taya.
And then the coil goes up here. Now, to make a bowl, you lay the next coil on a little bit to the outside edge of that last coil. So it's going to start a curve. No, it was here. It was here.
I think we need a lot of clay for this kind of bowl.
No, it's not going to be that big. And I'm going to put the next coil on, and then I'm going to show you about the luting thing. The luting is actually the professional way of saying that you're smooching it together. And lute is spelled L-U-T-I-N-G. And the word, no, lutein is spelled L-U-T-I-N-G. Lute, to lute the clay, is L-U-T-E.
To steal someone's clay.
That would be spelled L-O-O-T as we continue our English lesson. I could have been an English teacher. So now you have a choice. Do you like the coils?
No.
Get over here, person. Do you like the coils on the outside, or do you want to smooth the whole thing on the outside, or do you like?
Sorry, Dill.
Do you like the coils? Do you want the coils to be totally mushed together, or do you want the coils to be mushed together on the inside and show the coils? You have to make that decision. Tyler, I can't see your face. That means you can't see what I'm doing. So I'm going to do this one where I'm going to lute the outside. So that just means that I connect the coils to each other slowly but surely. Can the camera see this? Yes. Smooching it together. Well, can it?
No, the camera keeps looking away and we don't know why.
Stupid camera.
Dumb camera.
Camera probably uses the word by to modify. No, on to modify accident. Sorry.
Hope is becoming English teacher. And
Videography teacher at the same time.
Uh-huh.
No, she wouldn't.
Dylan, this is being filmed, and I'm going to turn it into the principal.
I'm gonna give it to Mr. Johnson.
I'm not going to dub over it.
Bullying me. That's what she's gonna do.
So when you're doing coil pots, you might find that people will smooth both the inside and the outside, but you do not have to, I promise. So you choose which side you're going to smooth, and you go for it. And then you've got to use a tool to do it. And then it's not going to stay looking like that, Amanda. I know you're freaking out about that.
You don't want to smooth either side.
You have to, because otherwise it's going to fall apart. Because we haven't scored and slipped it. It will fall apart because you haven't made the clay connect to anything. So you have to smooth it on one side or the other. That's the whole point of it. And the banding wheel helps it to stay symmetrical, which is easier to make this more symmetrical than pinch pot. So what you might find in the third hand building method is that you're going to like doing coil pots because they behave and do what you want them to do, because the coils are pretty easy to boss around. So then the next coil I'm going to put on probably at least 2 more coils for this to be the right size of a bowl. I don't want it to be some kind of puny bowl, and I want it to be a bowl that can hold maybe 12 ounces of soup. So if you guys don't like it, if you don't want your bowl after you've made it, you can donate it to Empty Bowls 2016. Yes! So that's the...
Are you promoting? You can see it on the video camera.
Well, I'm just reminding you all. No, I'm teaching you guys. So the video is just a...
Do you have to do that, or can you just keep layering it?
What do you mean?
You know, you're cutting off.
I think, you know what? I think this looks better because the pots end up with this like weird dip to them. And I was watching videos of making coil pots, and I decided I liked that method, even though I didn't like a lot of other things they did.
Because it wasn't you.
No, it's just because they took a long time to do something really simple. So then one more, and then your bowl then should have a curve to it. And that's what I want you to do. But let me just tell you one more thing. So after you've done this bowl, you're going to have a bigger project where you make a more interesting coil pot, maybe using more imaginative types of coils, and also making it taller, and it has to have a curve that like goes in and out. So you're just doing this as practice to learn the method, and then you're going to have a project that you have some say about what you want to do, because I will show you some videos of possibilities of things to do with coils. Okay, cut.